Alright, Diag guys, we got a 2015 Ford F350 Subaru with a 6.2 liter. This is the one with a ridiculous amount of spark plugs. It's got 2 per cylinder. This gentleman replaced 16 spark plugs and all the coil packs for a misfire. And anyone's been in the game long enough, you know, I went out and did a clear flood crank, and you could hear the cadence of the starter motor skipping by a cylinder. Did a relative compression test, synced it up. I don't have a video of that, sorry. That was yeah, anyways, did a relative compression test. Cylinder 2 is a low contributing cylinder. I would have done other stuff to determine, but you know, these are pretty common for valve springs breaking, and the fact that it's pretty easy to take off the valve cover, and that's pretty much where I knew we were going to be anyways. So I'll take my light here. You haven't seen it already. You see that little right there. Sorry about my neighbor. There's a broken valve spring right there. I'll try to show you how to fix it. But if I can't, I guess you just pretty much take the cylinder 2, or one of the cylinder 2 in this case, spark plugs out. You're going to put shop air inside there so that the valve does not fall into the cylinder. And obviously got to take all this stuff off, and then, you know, there's a tool to compress this spring. I probably won't need it to remove it. I will probably need it to install it and then put the keepers in. So if you've got a misfire that you can't figure out on your Ford F350 with a 6.2 liter, you might have a broken valve spring. Alright, do a little update video here. This is the broken spring that is now out. And the new one is in. Basically, you want to take your compression tester, you want to take the Schrader valve out of it. You want to get one of these. This will clip onto here, and then I can put it to shop air because the fittings are different. If you get this exact brand, there is an on and off switch for the air. You pull this way, and then it turns on. The other way turns it off. Then you're going to need some sort of valve spring compressing tool. I just pulled this picture up so I didn't have to go get the tool again. You definitely need this for install. Actually, for removal, because of where the spring broke, I can't remember if this is where they all break, but it was right where the spring tool needed to be, so I couldn't get the grooves in here because they're doubled up. So we actually took a 19mm socket and gave it a whack with a ton of rags stuck in here to catch the keepers. If you don't know what a keeper is, then you probably shouldn't be doing this, but they're the 2 bits here at the top that keep the valve spring attached to the valve. So you don't want to lose those. Our local dealer didn't even have any, or I asked for them just in case I dropped one, and they didn't have any, so I really needed to make sure that that worked good. And with the air in the cylinder, I don't know if I mentioned, you needed a top dead center compression stroke, or at least off the exhaust stroke. At least need the exhaust valve closed, because when you take the rocker arm off, it's going to be up anyways, so the air pressure will be able to keep the valve in its place. They are directional. I'm sure plenty of you know this is the bottom where they're all tight together, and then the top they're kind of loose. So that's that. Like I said, you definitely need this tool to put it in. Our tool, I don't know what brand it was. It's definitely not the Maddox here from Harbor Freight, but it was kind of thick, and we actually had to push it. We actually had to push it against this piece right here. It's pretty tight, so keep that in mind. Yeah, and that's how you fix a broken spring on a F350. So have a great day.